I am back, Rodrance for Black and White Network. Well, we got a couple of different major brands out there that are currently getting absolutely pulverized, annihilated, obliterated. Pick whatever term you want to use to talk about the utter and complete destruction of two massive brands in Anheuser-Busch and, of course, Target. That's right. As we know, Target... Target's always been woke for a while, but they really started pushing the envelope when it really got made public and people started making videos of all the blatant LGBTQ elemental P/transgender paraphernalia they were selling in their stores. By the way, I was in Walmart yesterday and found a nice little subsection of tambourine playing paraphernalia inside a local Walmart store here in East Texas. What the bleep, Walmart? What's going on? Where the hell are we supposed to shop? Am I going to Goodwill? I mean, what's happening here? We're going nuts. So we got some new figures. We're going to talk about $9 billion loss for Target. But we're going to talk about something even more disturbing, the fact that they have been giving money to an education network that is involved with, let's just say, gender-altering actions involving children. Of course, my God, the swapping of let's change a little boy into a little girl into a little boy. This is something that Target has been sponsoring with this LGBTQ network they're involved in. And before we get to that, we're going to talk about the further destruction of one Anheuser-Busch. And yeah, you're reading that right. Bud Light 24 packs selling in stores for $3.49. My wife just looked at me like, what? I'm still not drinking it, okay? I'm still not drinking it. Wow. And we've got some new figures involving some of their other brands. Very interesting. Because that's not all. Michelob Ultra, Budweiser Red, those brands have taken a hit. We got some figures on Coors Light and Miller Lite going up. Bud Light sales fell for the 6th straight week amid a boycott that has retailers desperate to unload the unwanted beer. God, retailers are everywhere are just literally trying to give this shit away. Since Anheuser-Busch ill-fated team-up with transgender influencer Dylan Mulvaney, the beer giant's sales have tanked, its stock price is down, and the stores have begun marking down Bud Light and other Anheuser-Busch products to get them off of their shelves. Analysts for the trade publication Beer Business Daily. Oh, that's interesting. I'm an editor for Beer Business Daily. Yeah. Who reviewed Nielsen IQ data, said that Bud Light volumes for the week ending May 13th fell 28.4%. That is following a 27.7% decline the week before. This is not going away, Bud Light. This is disastrous. Target, take note. You're next. It's happening to you already. In at least one store, according to the report, a Bud Light 24-pack was priced as low as $3.49. Other Anheuser-Busch brands have taken a hit too. Budweiser Red volumes down 14.9%. That's just for that week. Oh, I hate when you do that, whatever website, Fox Business. And Michelob Ultra is down 6.8%. Competitors are benefiting from the controversy with Coors Light sales up 16.9
from May 25th to
and
June 5th.
Miller Lite 15.1. According to Beer Business Daily. Wow, all right. The sales catastrophe has prompted Anheuser-Busch to introduce a promotional rebate ahead of Memorial Day weekend. Now check this out, folks. The rebate promises an amount, quote, equivalent to the purchase price of one 15-pack or larger, up to $15 of Bud Light, Budweiser, Bud Select, or Bud Select 55 paid via Anheuser-Busch's digital prepaid MasterCard. Man, they are pulling out all the tricks of the trade. But since some retailers are selling 15 packs or larger of Budweiser products for under $15, the rebate makes these purchases free, excluding sales tax or state restrictions. Beer Business Daily analysts expect more promotions throughout the summer to turn around Budweiser's sales. It's not going to work. Quote, this could be a promotional summer the likes we haven't seen since after Hurricane Katrina in 2005, where there was so much beer inventory backed up in the trade that it initiated the price war of all price wars. Wow. The trade publication explained large price wars are often sparked by external events, in this case, Hurricane Katrina, or in this case, Hurricane Mulvaney. Wow. Wow. Dylan Mulvaney has become worse than Hurricane Katrina for Budweiser. That's crazy. That's crazy. It's only going to keep getting worse. Look, guys, I don't know how they stay in business. I don't. Long term, a year from now, whatever. I mean, it's going to keep getting worse. The only difference this time is the external event is only negatively affecting one brewer, the report said. Back then, obviously, everybody would have been affected. Bud Light's grifting, it says gifting, but I'm going to say grifting, transgender activist Dylan Mulvaney had a personalized pack of beer with the influencer's likeness as part of an ad for the company's March Madness contest and to celebrate the year anniversary since Mulvaney began acting like a woman has cost Anheuser-Busch nearly $19 billion, with shares down 14% amid nationwide boycotts of beer and sales tanking. The S&P 500 has risen 2.5% over the same period. Wow. It is an utter disaster, and here we go with Target, because they're headed down the absolute same road. They're getting thrashed. They're getting destroyed. Check this out. This is Outkick. Target gives millions to group that pushes schools to hide gender change from parents. Now, we know there's a lot of schools in these left-wing states that are pushing the ability for the teachers and the school to hide if the children are identifying as a different sex. Now, in my opinion, my personal opinion, some people should be arrested and thrown in jail for doing something like that. Teachers have gotten much too big for their britches when it comes to parents' children. You are not the parent of these children. Yes, you're supposed to have the best interest of these kids in mind outside of what the parents need. The parents need to know everything. They need to know everything. Everything should be disclosed to a parent, period. Turns out Target pushing an agenda on kids for June's Pride Month, and we're just heading towards Pride Month. My God, what that's going to be like was just the tip of the iceberg. Fox News has uncovered a long-standing partnership between the retail giant and the Gay, Lesbian, Straight Education Network, a K-12 education group which, among other things, focuses on getting districts to adopt policies that will keep parents in the dark on their child's in-school gender transition. So, in other words, kid is a little boy at home. He leaves, he gets on the bus, he gets to school, and little Billy, turns into Barbara once he steps inside the school, and the school is hiding it from the parents. People should be jailed over this. I mean, that's just all there is to it. Probably get another channel strike. The two have worked together for a decade, according to Fox News, which added that Target has given $2.1 million to the organization. Don't worry, you're already losing a shitload more than that. The GLSEN, I'm going to call that Jelson, leads the movement in creating affirming and anti-racist spaces for LGBTQIA plus students. Why don't you add some more letters and numbers to that? Why don't you? Before long, you will have them all. Collect them all. My God. We are proud of 10 plus years of collaboration with Johnson and continue to support their mission, Target said, according to Fox News Digital. Here's the other thing. Target is embracing a lot of this. Good luck. Guys, when I was growing up, there was a retail chain around Texas, and I don't know how far it went in the South, but it was pretty big at the time, and it was called Gibson. My wife just laughed because she remembers Gibson department stores. They were kind of like Target, maybe another one I can just bring up here, Kmart. Everybody knows Kmart. If Target's not careful, they are going to have empty buildings in the way that Kmart and Gibson has had all over the country over the past 30 years. Target lost $9 billion this week, and it's getting worse. If you thought Target losing $1 billion in 1 week over kids' pride displays was a hold my Bud Light moment, think again. This is next level, and Gibson has a laundry list of to-dos on their agenda. Among them, according to Fox, includes a group calling for gender ideology to be integrated into all classes, even math. Wait, what? Guys, you got to remember, everything is racist, and now I guess everything has to do with the alphabet community, even math. Because we did find out last year that math was racist, by the way. Organization even provides educators instructions on how they can make math, quote, more inclusive of trans and non-binary identities by including they, them pronouns into your word problems. Wow. My God. This is crazy. The group also has science teachers covered too. They have enlisted the help of a fellow teacher, a transgender man, for some tips and tricks on incorporating gender ideology into science. Quote, it took me 3 years of teaching middle school science before feeling comfortable enough to come out to my students as a trans man, the teacher said. We were starting a unit focused on how identity impacts the practice of science, including the ways that specific groups are marginalized by normative ideas. They're normal for, all the obvious reasons. In the introduction to the unit, I shared my personal experience of the ways that trans people are often erased by language used by scientists and medical professionals to describe bodies, patients, and health practices. Well, biology is fact, so there is that. Gender is fact. There's also that. The big one, though, obviously the whole keeping your child's gender change a secret from their parents seems like a big thing. Johnson's policy for districts. The local education agency shall ensure that all personally identifiable medical information relating to transgender and non-binary students is kept confidential. Staff or educators shall not disclose any information that may reveal a student's gender identity to others, including parents or guardians. This disclosure must be discussed with the student prior to any action. Wow. And here we go. That's not all. Jensen also promotes the inclusion of transgender men. You got it, folks. Something we've covered a lot on Black and White Sports. Transgender men in women's sports. Students shall be permitted to participate in all physical education, athletics, and other extracurricular activities according to their gender identity. So when Bubba saunters out to the volleyball court as Barbara, you can expect little Tina to get her eyeball knocked out the backside of her head from a spike. Don't believe me? It's already happened, folks. Go out there and look it up. In fact, we covered it on the Sports Channel. Participation shall not be conditioned by requiring legal or medical documentation. So just say it's so, and it's so. You know what that's not, folks? Science. I know Target reportedly held an emergency meeting earlier this week as sane people all over vowed to boycott the chain over child grooming, but they may want to rally the troops again. That was a good article by Zach Dean over at Outkick. Wow. Guys, we have truly stepped into the twilight zone. So not only is Target out there when you were sauntering in the front door and you're looking over to the left and they're holding up a little baby shirt that had some rainbows and some pro-transgender slogans on it. Not only were you seeing that, but Target, on the cool for a long time, has been donating money to school districts, and part of their policy is let's keep little Bobby and Tina's gender identities away from the parents of Bobby and Tina, or whoever I just said. This is the kind of thing that we're seeing, a lot of our Republican lawmakers fighting against right now. This is crazy. I think we're talking $9 billion in the first week for Target. This could get much, much, much worse for Target than it did for Bud Light. Because with Bud Light, we're talking about one product in one arena for people just over 21 that have boycotted. With Target, we're talking about an entire chain of department stores, retailers around the entire country. Now, look, I don't expect huge fall-offs in, although you got to wonder, even in a place like Oregon, there's over 1 million Trump voters there that probably some of them shopped at Target. But in the Bible Belt, Texas, Oklahoma, Louisiana, Mississippi, Alabama, Georgia, South Carolina, Florida, Tennessee. Oh, holy hell. Good luck, Target. This was a terrible idea. You're continuing to push these ideologies onto people. There's a lot of Catholics out there, a lot of Christians out there. You know what they did? Shop at Target. A lot of them did shop at Target. A lot of people shopped at Target. I can tell you right now, our Target in town on a Saturday by 11 p.m. was, I'm talking 5 complete rows of cars deep for 100 yards. I bet the parking lot looks a lot different these days. That's just my guess. Again, we're talking a very small, minute part of the population that identifies or can relate to any of this. Many of us don't even want our children to see this, be in the same room with it, don't come around our kids with it, talk to the hand. Unbelievable. I mean, this is going to be an ongoing story. Target is going to get uglier than Bud Light, much uglier. Tell me what you think, Black and White Network supporters. I mean, Target literally said, "Hold my Bud Light." It's pretty wild. Peace. I'm out. Till next time.